Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kid Show, and today we are talking about Starfield, and well, I guess this is more so pertaining to the reaction to Starfield. Mind you, I will not be monetizing this video because the discussion here is about far more than just, obviously, money. It's, this actually, I don't think that this video will benefit me in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it'll probably do damage to me, if I'm completely honest, but at the end of the day, I do have to stay true to myself and have an honest conversation with you guys because this is getting out of hand. Now, I'm particularly discussing the anti-woke response to Starfield. It's, I think it's worth discussing me as a person. I was born a female. I identify as a female. Now, with that, yes, I do dress like a boy a lot of the time, or most of the time. That's because I just like boys' clothes. I've grown up like that forever. And trust me, I've dealt with both sides of the spectrum. As a kid, I dealt with the people that would tell me, wear the dress, play with the Barbies, be more girly, all that nonsense. And, with the other side, I dealt with, tomboy is not a part of some BS spectrum, or, you're actually non-binary. Oh, you're actually trans. Like, people actually telling me what I am, which is mentally deranged, mind you. And when it comes to, the woke crowd, it is worth noting as well, because I think that some people will perceive this video in a way that it's not meant to be perceived. I just want to state, without a shadow of a doubt, that I do not side with woke ideology. I do not believe in the whole pronoun BS. I do not believe in, people cutting their titties and their dicks off. I don't agree with any of that. To me, this is just a fad that is being taken to an extreme degree. In 10 years, I don't expect this to still be a thing. And if it is, I think we've failed as a society. I very strongly believe in this. I very, very much strongly believe this is a fad. But the problem with this particular fad is that it's being used to destroy people's livelihoods. It's being used as a means of gaining power. And that is when a fad inherently becomes vicious and malicious. That has been the problem for many years now. So when it comes to woke ideology, I do not agree with it at all. So if anybody puts in the comments, oh, you're woke or something, here's 2 of these for you. You could stick them where you want to, preferably up your ass. But I must continue on because this is, like I said, I don't think this video will benefit me in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, I think a lot of people that do tend to watch my content may not agree with me. But all I can ask you to do is to hear me out, because the reason why I'm having this serious discussion right now is for the benefit of us and for the benefit of society in the future, at least where we are now. Because, mind you, if you don't live in a first world society, this doesn't pertain to you. You're more so concerned about feeding yourself and your children and getting basic needs. But in first world society, we are so privileged that we have to actually be concerned with first world problems. And this is where we come to the discussion here, because this discussion revolves around HeelvsBabyface and his deranged tirade rant about Starfield. Now, for me, let's just watch the video and get the context. I'm sure a lot of you guys may have watched it, but it's important to watch and discuss. So HeelvsBabyface, I believe, was streaming Starfield, the game that is probably one of the most highly anticipated games in a very long time. And he's at the very beginning of the game in which you create your character. And he's met with the choice of being able to choose pronouns. Now, funny enough, during our live stream, our episode 29 of the Too Real for Feels podcast, while the live stream was going on, my boy King Sink was playing through Starfield, and he had sent in a private messenger on StreamYard. He's like, "LOL, Starfield is woke. It has pronouns." And I read it, and I started I typed LOL, and we kind of snickered. That was literally during the live stream. And obviously, after the fact, I created my own character, saw the pronoun option, and laughed, made fun of it, and kept it moving. Because at the end of the day, I do not want to give woke ideology power. To me, it is a joke. Fundamentally, I genuinely believe this is an entire joke and that you should be made fun of for this stuff because it is a mentally deranged fad. Now, when it comes to this scenario, he went and made his character and was met with this, and this was HeelvsBabyface's reaction.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself. Think, oh my god, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
And, you know, with this rant, it's like, do I agree with his general sentiments? Yes, I do, because, like I said, this is a fad, and it's being forced upon the mass majority of players in this game that do not adhere to the nonsense. Now, do I understand the general sentiment of this? Yes. In regards to this particular situation, Bethesda has chosen to implement this specifically because it maximizes potential interest. Now, does it turn off some people? Yes. Some people will not play this game specifically because of the pronoun option. And look, I'm not going to stop playing this game just because of that. It is literally an option that is chosen, and guess what? I made a dude character because I wanted to play as James Dean, so I made a dude that's as close to James Dean as I could make him, and I chose he, him pronouns, basically the default option, kept it moving, and I was not met with anything regarding pronoun discussion in my now 27 to 30 hours of playtime. So yes, it was just that particular moment, and we kept it moving. And like I said, I made fun of it because I thought it's stupid. But for this, is it necessarily, does it break immersion? Technically, to the 99% that will play this, yes. Now, does it, at the same token, does it, you know, deserve this level of lashing out? No. No. And if you don't want to play this game specifically because, well, there are pronouns presented in it that you could choose, well, I mean, that's your option. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but as someone that's played the game for almost 30 hours now, this isn't really brought up at all after this. I mean, this could change further in the playthrough. I can't say for sure, but it's not something that's harped on. And a matter of fact, I had one dialogue discussion that would be considered possibly the opposite of woke. To me, I just feel as though, you know, we're just pulling at little things. And for this to be met with this level of deranged lunacy is problematic. But he doesn't even stop here.
We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company.
And in this sentiment, I also do agree. It's not like I disagree with what he's saying. Yes, there is an insane level of narcissism in society in which we, a lot of us, must feel as though we must be directly represented in every piece of media ever. And the fact that we concentrate so much on ourselves to this insane level of hyper degree is problematic. There are a lot of very self-obsessed, strange individuals in our society. A lot of it is pushed through social media. The same tools that we use in order to get our content out here, you know, someone like me or someone like HeelvsBabyface. Yeah, we have to take the bad with the good. That is just the sad reality of it. But there are a lot of narcissistic pieces of shit out here. There's no doubt about that. Once again, when you literally go about it this way, it gives power to the people you claim to be fighting against.
Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no. Current fucking day.
And and it's one of those things in, 20 years when we revisit Starfield, when this fad is, over. Hope it's over sooner rather than later. But when this fad is over, stuff like this will indeed date the game. Because this is not a level of normalcy. It isn't. You may want to make it that way, but it's not going to catch. As much as you try to force people into submission about it, it will not catch. At some point, this is going to be left behind because it just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. And this will indeed date Starfield. And that's not really good if you have a piece of entertainment that you want to live on even past its release date or its release, decade or generation.
Fuck off! You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are—
And I don't necessarily agree with this because he literally just started the game. There is hundreds of hours of content that says something. And you haven't even experienced it yet. You just saw the pronouns and you automatically are making, a general assumption. And given HeelvsBabyface here has had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 live streams with Starfield, seems like Starfield has a lot to say. And I do find it interesting that someone that is having this deranged level tirade on Starfield continues to play it. If it makes you that upset, why would you play something that makes you this upset? There's tons of other games out here to play. You could play retro games, you could play, other releases that don't have pronouns thrown in. Sea of Stars, for example. That doesn't have any of that I have encountered from what I have played thus far. But instead, you're playing this, something that has made you this upset. So I have to wonder, is this indeed genuine, or is this specifically for attention?
Or a one-hived mind twat waffle! That's all you fucking are! And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
And in regards to this, I do understand, how people feel. I also feel the same way. I'm tired of it. I'm genuinely sick of it. But this response is not of a leader. I'm not here to say that I am a leader. Matter of fact, I always consider myself a student of the game. I do not consider myself a leader. Being a, libertarian type person, I am really... I am not a collective individual. The fact that I do have a YouTube channel kind of goes against, a lot of the things that I'm used to. This, to me, having all of you guys hang out with me, it is indeed a privilege, but it's not something that I'm at all used to, given the type of person I am. I'm very individualistic in nature. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I am the alternative. I'm not saying that at all. But this individual acting out like this is not the look of a leader. This is deranged. This is to an insane... I have to ask, what is the difference between HeelvsBabyface here particularly and some blue-haired, fat fucking weirdo on TikTok that goes on a 10-minute rant on their TikTok account bitching that they just got misgendered. What is the difference besides the fact that HeelvsBabyface is bald? There is no difference. And that is the thing I'm saying. When it comes to individuals like this that fall under, the anti-woke, content creators, this is the problem. You're going so far with it that you're becoming the very thing that you hate. You have different beliefs, but you're still taking it to the same level of your opposition. And this is not good. And look, while I stand against woke nonsense, in the long term, my channel, I don't want to be like, if I die tomorrow, obviously, God forbid, whatever have you, if I die tomorrow and one of my, one of the people that watch my channel got to speak at my funeral, and if they said, well, Cage was an amazing anti-woke YouTuber, I would literally roll over in my casket. That is not what I want to be known for. I don't want to be known as anti-woke YouTuber, because to me that has no longevity. To me, that's not what it's all about. I want to get back to a semblance of normalcy where we can talk about entertainment in constructive ways, whether it's good, whether it's bad, not whether it's woke or not. I have, some people may not realize this, but when we get over this whole woke, non-woke stuff, we're going to go back to evaluating games, whether they're good or not. And it being anti-woke does not make it good. Not all entertainment is going to be good after, we eliminate wokeness. That's not a thing. We're still going to have garbage entertainment. There is some entertainment out here that is very much anti-woke, and it is dog shit. We may not want to acknowledge that, but it exists, and it is a thing, and it's always been a thing. There will still be garbage out here that does not fall into the ideological nonsense. And HeelvsBabyface here, this to me, and like I said, I want to say that I don't know this guy. I've watched him definitely a few times. I'm not like super into anti-woke entertainment. I just want to watch entertainment. When something's garbage, I want to watch people make fun of it. Not just like sometimes, them making fun of woke entertainment falls into that, but that's not the only thing. People can make fun of stuff just because it's garbage, not necessarily because it's woke. Now, with, this to me, this response is not in the sense of because he wants things to go back to normal. This is a response of someone that wants attention. And I just have to call it what it is. It's hard for me to believe that HeelvsBabyface didn't do this thinking that, it wasn't going to go viral. He's a big channel. He's widely recognized. He definitely has a lot of eyes on him. This is not how you act if you want to win. That's the biggest thing I want to highlight here. I want to win. And in doing that, me, HeelvsBabyface, the viewers, we all have to stay sane. And we have to judge things in constructive ways. This is not at all constructive. I understand the sentiment, and it's important, and I think that we're all tired of the nonsense, the ideological bullshit that's in all, the mass majority of the entertainment that comes out now. I understand. I agree. I'm not here to say otherwise. But the way we go about it needs to, discussing it needs to be constructive, and it needs to take power from this ideological bullshit. I do not want to give it more power. This response gives wokeness, power. And that's what I do not want. That's why I believe fundamentally in mocking and shaming, but do not compromise yourself in the process of that. This is not mock. This is not shame. This shows that all this stuff is getting under HeelvsBabyface's skin. And if he needs to take a break, I can only assume one of two things. Either he's doing this for attention, or this is really getting to him. And I think it could go either way. I'm not sure. It could be like, yeah, obviously he wants attention. And it could go, oh, well, he's surrounded by this shit all the time. They talk about this, on Geeks and Gamers, all this stuff all the time. At some point, it's gonna, you fill up the glass too much. At some point, the water's gonna fall out. That's just what it is. And if you need to take a break, bro, because this is getting to you, I understand. And you need to do that for the betterment of your mental health first. We can't have people that be like people on the anti-woke side suddenly becoming as bad and as deranged as woke political fucking idiots. We can't have that. I'm saying this to help us in the long term. And I hope that this will not be taken in any other way other than I want us to win and we have to be more constructive about it. And this is not at all constructive. Now, with that, that doesn't mean necessarily that I side with dick face assholes like Hassan Piker. This dude is a piece of shit. And he says, this weird British guy losing his mind over selecting pronouns in Starfield is the perfect demonstration of why we must bring back lobotomies. And I say to this clown piece of shit, given the fact that you actually said that Americans deserved 9/11, I think you should be the first motherfucker in line for a lobotomy if that's what you believe. So don't think that I side with pieces of shit like this. I'm inherently against assholes like this, straight up. Someone like this makes me absolutely mad because they are a deranged lunatic. They do. This guy, in fact, does. He is a grifter. He's a fucking socialist that benefits from capitalism, okay, at the end of the day. When it comes to this asshole, especially someone that literally lived in New York when 9/11 went down, fuck him. But, we must highlight the Chad of this particular situation. And that is indeed Dr. Disrespect here. And obviously, let's look at what how Dr. Disrespect went about, the whole pronoun situation. He's seen it. He actually gives us some insight into how Bethesda chose, to promote Starfield and what creators to give, early access to and whatnot. We have Dr. Disrespect that actually didn't get early access to Starfield, despite being extremely hyped and being nothing but positive towards the game.
Got it. Okay. Now everything's starting to make sense.
So
everything's starting to make sense.
So he's looking at Pete Hines' Twitter, and he sees the pronouns. And that's why he's like, oh, it's starting to make sense.
Got it. Okay. Now everything's starting to make sense. Everything's starting to make sense now. Everything's starting to make sense. Got it.
Yep.
All right. I got it. So, I got to say this, Chance, for just real quick. I just got to get it off my chest. Obviously, we've been hyping up Star Citizen for Starfield for a long time. We've been making it very vocal, right, champs? We had our team reach out. Hey, can we work with you? Can we do something? Due to past controversies, there's no way we can work with Dr. Disrespect. How about just give me, let me play the game when some of the others are playing it. How about that? Yeah, that's still the case.
And you know what? He makes it funny. He actually brings to light a lot of stuff.
Anyways, Chance, we just had to get that off our chest. I'm
glad that Dr. Disrespect actually did voice a a little bit about how they choose who to work with and who not to work with. And look, I know Dr. Disrespect has his fair share of controversies and whatnot. I'm not here to judge anything other than what I'm seeing here, and obviously his words are being taken out of context, but this overall is a constructive way to make fun of the nonsense, to actually give us some light here. This is actually a useful clip to someone, like me, or just generally to people that are, with the game. And I don't think that's fair, especially when Dr. Disrespect seemed to be hyped for Starfield to deny him access. I think that's BS. And Dr. Disrespect said some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience, and completely misdirected by the internet. Look at my words being taken out of context here. Their insecurities are obvious. Politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely, along with people like this. Fucking Chad statement, guys. That is a perfect way to sum up what's being said in a what needs to be said in a constructive way. And I appreciate Dr. Disrespect, speaking up, because another issue I do have is a lot of cowardice, when it comes to speaking up about these sorts of topics. Like I said, I don't think I have anything to gain here. Matter of fact, I think I have everything to lose in this situation. But once again, it's important to have the discussion. And some people that I agree, I inherently agree with, will probably not like this video. And look, it's sad that that's the case, but I think it's important to have the discussion. If you suddenly think differently of me, or that I am not, against wokeness enough, I mean, it is what it is. I really can't, just because I want to remain at a level of sanity and to point out the nonsense that's in our own backyard, so that we can be more effective at combating this nonsensical, fad that's been going on for a while now. I guess this is more about, about siding against woke culture. But I just think it's important, man. It's important to talk about. It's important to make sure our own backyard stays clean, and that we can have discussions like this, and hopefully have, be constructive and bring about some self-reflection, some self-awareness, because it's important. It really is. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about all this. And this is, not to dump on HeelvsBabyface. I just think that this was a terrible take, and that if the dude needs to take some time away from all this to really clear his head, so that he can come back in a better, in a way that is beneficial to all of us instead of himself. Or, like I said, it could be that he's benefiting himself here, getting more attention, making more money. It could be that, or like I said, dude maybe needs to take a break, man, because I think we all need some breaks from Twitter, from all the nonsense that goes on. If a video game is supposed to be entertainment, it's supposed to make you feel good, it's supposed to get you into it's supposed to take you away from the nonsense that goes on in daily life. And if this game is bothering HeelvsBabyface this much, to where he has these deranged tirades that I would think a insane deranged leftist would have, I think he shouldn't play the game. Or, like I said, maybe in fact, this is all just for the sake of entertainment, at the expense of people that want things to go back to normalcy. I think that's worth noting here. But yeah, and no hate towards the guy. I just think that this is definitely something that we can all learn from, especially he himself. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel Follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. We are on the road to 3K subs on YouTube, so if you're new here, definitely subscribe to the channel so that we could make the 3K before the end of the year. That's the goal. I think it's more than easily achievable. Hopefully you guys aren't too mad about this. I just have to be true to myself before anything else. And even if you don't necessarily agree with me, hope that you can at least respect me for staying true to who I am and being and putting the truth and my perspective out there before money or before fame. That's not what it's all about, man. It's about, at the end of the day, getting back to normal entertainment that hopefully gets better. Because it's the past few years have been rough if you're looking for good entertainment. For me, I just watch a bunch of old stuff. That's literally what it is, and I'm playing old games over and over again. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.